Hey, what's up, guys? Popo here. Thank you very much for coming to the channel. I just wanted to start this fresh with you guys here. I have nothing set up, but I did want to talk about how it's kind of hard being stuck like in between, man. Like, what I mean is, like, I love playing synthesizers, and every synthesizer that I've gotten, I use the RS-7000 as a synthesizer. I didn't even know what was up about sampling and all that stuff. I didn't understand the concept of sampling. So I would always play my parts. Anytime that I found a real piano in the mall or whatnot, I would actually go out and try to play that. And so I know the difference between real and plugins. But it seems like even like the newer synths, like I was looking at these synthesizers the other day because I'm like, well, maybe, sound inspires me. And I hear a sound, it makes me want to do good music. But the thing is they're like, oh, it sounds just like this old synthesizer, or we made it to sound like this old synthesizer. Like, I want something that sounds great, man. I'm talking about, now, the RS-7000 had a lot of nice sounds in it. Like, you can sample sounds and add your reverb. It's dope. I'm looking at one right now. It has the expander card on there. I was like, it's got me hungry. But then it got me thinking. I'm like, even with my modular gear, I have all this modular gear back here, right? And I love it. I love it. But it's just as hard to make a good sound as it is easy to make a bad one when it comes to modular stuff. And it takes time. And whenever you're wanting to just get down there and make some music, like I said, it takes time. It's a great way to do it and all that. But what I'm saying, being stuck in between both worlds, isn't plugins or analog. It's records. Should I be sampling? Because I love to sample my own melodies. But then I get tired of playing the same stuff over and over, and I've tried to switch it up. They're like, well, we'll learn new chords. And no, dude, I'm telling you, I know what I'm capable of doing on the guitar, on the trumpet, or the saxophone. It don't matter. I'm not lying. I got all kinds of. Let me show you, because I don't think you guys understand whenever I say, like, I love sounds, man. Like look at this guitar. You can't even see it. And that's a hummingbird, right? One of my favorite guitars. I love this guitar. And this is what I'm saying. You got all this shit, right? And it's great. When that keyboard over there busted, it broke my heart. And then what my point is, I'm sampling these records. And I'm on these records and I'm like, instant. Like when I hear a piano or something, I wouldn't be able to play that unless I was using like Pad Perform or something like that. But the art of sampling something is just, it's got me really motivated. All right, and I'm thinking, like, why would I go out and spend like $2,000-3,000 on a brand new synthesizer? Look at all these boxes. So why would I do that again and again and again if all the great sounds are already on a disc that I can sample? And it's about having a good ear to do that. It's a different way to approach music. I love it. Now, after the sample, if I want to go ahead and put, a quattro guitar, I do that. I can do that. But as far as me, I don't know. And it sucks. Like, I do them both. You know what I'm saying? There's no right or wrong. I got these two guitars right here. Some saxophones going up in here. And I just think, I don't know, like, I think I'm done just playing my own stuff. I want to not only show props to other artists. Look at this shit. Fucking guitars and shit everywhere. And I've been loving doing music. It's not like I just started doing music yesterday or last week. It's just something that I've been doing willingly, like, subconsciously. I didn't even know that it was like, I didn't know that there was a music industry when I started playing piano. It's just something that I enjoyed doing. I got more shit upstairs, more guitars and stuff. But what I'm saying is, when I go into this right here, this setup right here, sorry, I'm shaking. I just mowed the grass and did a whole bunch of yard work, dude. My arms are a little shaky. And this camera's freaking heavy. But the SP1200, the Rosm, man, I got everything I need right there. This, that, and a turntable. Just straight up, that's all I think I. That's the sampling side of my studio, dude, that I'm just falling in love with. Notice I got two separate sides of the studio, and I like this shit. I like being able to come in here and set it on a random. I'll get in and show you guys if you want to. I don't know why I would just show like why it works or not, if you guys just want to watch blinky lights and stuff like that. But these randoms, you know, I can control how fast, how slow they come in. But if I sync the clock of this, my whole thing is why I stopped buying synthesizers. Because I start cutting them in half and shit and try to find out what's going inside. You guys remember when I cut that in half, right? I sawed that bitch in half right on the channel. But this one went out on me. I got a bad ribbon cable inside of the sledge, so it's not giving me audio. And that sculpt is, I did a kickstart thing with them. They're really cool, but for the size and everything, I mean, at least it sounds pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? But I'll play the same thing, but with bad sounds. Once you hear these oscillators and stuff like that, there's no going back to shit like this. This is a legendary synthesizer, man. It's a Studio Logic Sledge. I had given up. So, I've given up. Okay, I had the Novation Peak. The guitar sounds, you know, the rhythms and everything was dope. The Summit, that looks nice, but it's just two Novation Peaks. I didn't like the Novation Peak that much. I got rid of it within like 2 months because it just wasn't for me. I didn't like the way that it sounded. It was dope. Don't get me wrong. It's super dope, and I've thought about getting it again, but I actually got rid of that the day that I got rid of my Akai Force. I got rid of those both together. And I had the Yamaha Mark 6. That was super dope. Cleanest piano sounds, cleanest strings. It was an ugly keyboard, but it sounded really good. I do regret getting rid of that board, but again, it was just a little plastic. And after I hear the same sounds over and over and over, and that's why I got into modular gear. But it's a big circle, and I don't know if you guys are dealing with the same shit where you're trying to find that perfect sound, but what I've realized is that by playing my own samples, and when I'm making a song, I call it a sample now. It's a sample because when I chop it up, that's where the money comes in. And when you start using filters and external gear, and I had, you know, I don't have no guidance on this stuff, so that's why the whole channel is cool, because I start from scratch and showed you guys my progress along the way. So I've gotten into the filters on the MPC, and it's super dope, but they don't sound like the S950 or anything like that. They sound really muddy when you put that low pass only. It's just like really, it does the job, you know what I'm saying? It does a really good job. But I'm just like, the records the records and records. This is what I'm talking about. God, I mean, how dope is that? These dudes dedicated their lives to playing these instruments. Like, I can get a note out if I'm like in a certain, if I have a loop going and stuff like that. That's dope, but I can't, half the notes that they play I wouldn't be able to play. And when you just use 2 or 3 seconds of it, y'all know what time it is when you know what time it is with the EA Ski record, man. I'm gonna get on here. And this is a dope record, man. This is the dopest record I have. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna put that over here. But I got all these other records, man. These aren't the ones that I want. I don't want Highway to Hell. These are just some that I had. So I went to the store and I got these. They got some Willie Nelson and shit. But these aren't the records that I want to sample. I want to sample some Spanish records, dude. I want to go into like my heritage, like my finding an All-Star, Hector Lavoe, Willie Colon, Ruben Blades, Bobby Valentino, Bobby Cruz, Hector Lavoe. Not this stuff. So I got a little bit of sampling. I got a little bit of... It's always something when I'm down here, man. It's always something making noise. And I started this a long time ago. And it can be discouraging to have noise and shit in the background, but I've learned that people will listen if they feel like it's worth it. They'll find a way to listen over all the bullshit. And a lot of people are like, well, we can't even hear what you're saying, but then some people put headphones on and they catch what I'm trying to get at. But nothing's perfect. Nothing is perfect, dude. I'm just stuck in between that world where... So my solution to that, okay, this is my solution. This is where I'm going. I'll be sampling some records because they just sound good right out of the package. I don't have to do nothing to the record. It goes into a mixer, out of the mixer, into that rosin, and I'm done. All this shit here, has got to go into the mixer, which is dope because I play it all and it sounds good and I got a good loop, but it took time where I could just have something going already. I went crazy, man. I went to a shop and I sampled so many records, dude. I got so many samples of just drum breaks and scratches and all kinds of crazy stuff, man. I spent the whole day doing. I should have documented that. But what I would do, I would just play the whole record in the MPC. I would just set the time for sample for like 5 minutes, and I would just sample the whole damn thing, and then I'll go back and get my chops later on, and the chops that I like I'll put in my rosin. It's just a different workflow working with this beast over here because it's a rosin SP, baby. That thing don't play right there. That thing does not play. Look at those outputs, right? All them outputs, is you crazy? You don't want to play with the SP. You don't want to play with the SP, baby. I got that whole big mixer going out. That whole mixer over there is just for the SP. I got the master out of this mixer. I'll let you know my setup here and then I'm going to cut this off. I got each one of those. Okay, check it. I got it labeled for you. I didn't bullshit. I really spent some time down here. So we got this right here. Model sculpt. Gee whiz. Whatever. Red box, blue box, the Evo 1, Evo 2, Elements, Moog Korg, Model D, Model Sculpt. And these are my SP returns from that mixer. I go out of this mixer here. See those little wires coming out right there? They go into there and then out of there into the SP. Anything going into here, this is my I/O right now for my interface. So all the sounds from here is all in a big swing, goes into here, out of here, into that mixer, into that SP, back out of the SP, into these channels, onto the screen, into a DAW eventually. Right now I'm just using FL Studio. A lot of people use FL Studio. I just use it to print my track. This mixer right here is really dope because it's all USB, but you can't do A/B comparison with it. When you plug it in, the EQ is set. You gotta really EQ it. I love you too, baby. Love my mama, my baby. She's a hard worker. Very hard worker. So this mixer right here, right? Check it out. Like I say, it's all USB. All USB. I can plug in and come out speakers without a computer. Like I can use it in standalone, and it sounds good. I like the way this one sounds over the Allen and Heath. I'll say it again. I really like the way this Soundcraft mixer sounds over that Allen and Heath. But there's no like AB. Like I'm saying, what is dope about this mixer is that whenever I'm hooked up to this, I can go 22 channels out because I need more than I need kick, snare, hi-hat, toms, rolls, crash cymbals. I mean, that's already 6 tracks, so it's like I only got room for a bit. I like to overproduce my stuff because I don't use half of it. I'll mute it out, and like on the 3rd sequence, I'll let all the shit right. But so I'll make everything. I hear everything in 8 beats and 8 bars, and then they're like, how do you do it? So like, I won't play track 2, track 3, or track 9, and that'll be my hook. And then I'll just unmute those in the middle of the song, and it'll be straight. It works every time. But a lot of the time, I'm just gonna resample the shit, and that's what I'm getting into. Is like, you can get your $800 thingy. I'm good at keeping secrets. I'm not good at keeping secrets. Officer split. Maybe you can use a little. That's dope. Looks like I might be sending, because this is the thing. There's not one piece of gear in my studio that I cherish more than my MPC Live. This little thing right here has got every sound that I've ever made. It's got every song that I've ever made. It's got every sample that I've ever... Anything that's been in this studio has come through this box. So now look, Black Lion has got a mod. And this is some crazy stuff, and I don't want to get too much into it. But by the demand, by people asking for it, this company, man, straight up, it wasn't there a couple weeks ago. It wasn't there a couple weeks ago, so I might be sending my MPC Live. I would send my MPC X, but look where it's at. I use that as a controller to control all my modular shit over there. Track 1, it's CV 1 and 2. Track 2, CV 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and then I got my MIDI, A, B, C, and D connected to all that shit. So it's just connecting to hardware that's going into this mixer, being mixed, going out the master. I'm going out the master of this mixer, and over here, into a channel over there. So I'm getting a master signal from my mixer. All this shit going on being EQ'd out the master into 2 channels over there. Then I pop it up a little bit. I'm not going to say, I am going to say again, I like the Soundcraft sound better than the Allen and Heath. But the Allen and Heath got a lot more options. The Allen and Heath, first off, it's got more tracks. It's got, you know, groups and shit. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's great, but it's almost as heavy as it is the weight that it's going to add to your sound. I'm not knocking it. I like the way it sounds. But if I play this record through that mixer, I have to EQ it. This one here, it gives me the EQ bypass. So this is really, really cool for me because I like making sounds. And for my drums to hit like those, which that modular shit over there does not play, dude. You can make some, I can make some drums, dog. I can make some serious drums. If you look in here, this is pure power. But like I say, it's just as easy to make a bad sound. See if I can get you guys in here. It's just as easy to make a bad sound. Get you in there. Get you in there. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, guys. The circuitry going on in the back is incredible. Now, Pittsburgh Modular, these things are simple but yet very effective. These 2 make noises, these 2 make noises, tone generators, right? And then you got the filters. again with those filters. Now I'm wondering, what if I were to plug my turntable? What if I was to set up my turntable and put my turntable, the audio out in through that first? I could play any record and mangle it. That's what I'm gonna, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But I'm talking about mangle. I put a record into that. If I'm seeing, this is why I'm glad I did this. And it sounds like crazy, I'm just sitting down here. But I feel like I'm really talking with you guys, and I hope that it's always good to bounce ideas off of each other is all. But if I play that record into this here, where I can freeze. The reason I did this is because I was tired of building synthesizers. I was tired of buying synthesizers. Like I said, I had all those synthesizers I mentioned earlier. This shit here, I can push that to the side. And this is cool. This is really cool. Every keyboard has an oscillator. Right? Every single one. Every keyboard. This one has 3. And it's got a mixer. So you got 3 oscillators that don't work now. Look at this one. It's got 4. It's got 4 oscillators in it. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 things that make noise. And then this I can use as a microphone. You can see the little red dot going in there. And I could add reverbs and delays right here and add the amounts with wires coming out of here telling it what to do. But that synthesizer right there is a one of a kind, and you're not making any noises comparable to mine unless you have some setup like that. And good luck finding this stuff. Good luck finding it. And I got that. Not to say, oh, I can do that and you can't. It's just I got tired of spending money. It's almost like if you were to buy every single keyboard out there, how much space it takes in your room. But once you just get the pieces from certain ones, and that's a Moog over there, by the way, so I got a Moog filter on there too. That's, oof. That alone can tell it. You can do whatever you want. You can go tell that to do that, or tell that to do this. The MPC can control all of that. And I just think that's super dope to be able to piece different parts what you need. So the reason I built that was the MPC. The reason I got in the studio was because of Reason. When I got Reason, I hit tab and the back of that shit flipped over, man, and I saw all those holes and how you could route, and I'm just like, I gotta see that. Nowhere in St. Louis you can find something like that. So I don't know where you can go and find something like that. However, I ordered all of these one by one. I did a lot of research on all of them. But it's just like buying synth racks, but modular, and it's very expensive and very, very addictive. It isn't addictive, it's just you need things in order for it to work a certain way. You have to have certain elements going on there. But so when I got into that was when I looked at the MPC. I opened the MPC and I hit the plug-in and you hit edit, and I'm like, what the fuck? Watch, I'll show you like all the plugins. I'll show you Tube Synth. I don't even know. Yeah, this is the only MPC I have. All my plugins, all my pianos, all my expansion packs. Like I'm not even joking, dude. A lot of my shit isn't even on my other stuff. That's how picky I am. And the Rosum over there only gets the best. But this thing right here, I live in St. Louis, dude, and the weather is crap. So we get some bad weather, and the power goes out. And it's just funny that I'm sitting in front of all this shit. The only thing I can use is all Emma here. So check this out. This is what I'm talking about. This is an oscillator. Oscillator 1, oscillator 2. And this is a cool synth, right? So just by going in here, I was like oscillator, mixer, filter, envelope. So by going through here, on each one of these sounds in each one of the plugins, it actually taught me quite a bit. I'm a kind of guy, I pick up every penny that I find along the way, and I also throw the trash away that's next to it too. I don't delete that shit. But that showed me a whole lot. I'm like, okay, oscillator one, how did, and there was nobody to show me how to hook that up. One dude, the Odd Pilot. I respect him and love him. He's my, I hope he's doing good. But he ran me through that shit a couple of times, and my mixer. But this really showed me how to get in there and dial it all in. So now when you make a sound with that, it's just dope. So again, I think by having this whole conversation, I think you guys were sitting here and let me rant to myself in my studio. I'm going to start sampling some records. I love sampling my own stuff, so I'm going to be doing both. That's just my own personal thing. I don't know if you guys do that too, but I like sampling. I'll come down here and I'll play something random on the keys. I'll add 4 tracks to it, something simple, and then I'll resample it. And it comes out fucking fire, man. I mean, and it's like I made the whole thing. But sometimes I come down here, like yesterday, I made like 8 videos, and I didn't publish nothing yesterday. And I published nothing yesterday. And I published nothing yesterday. I was looking at the Nautilus. I was looking at the Nautilus. I was looking at fucking, you name it, man. I was looking. And I was liking. And I was like, you should fucking buy some records, dude. Because it just makes sense. It just makes sense to me now. And I just think that that's dope. Let me know what you guys feel. I think I'm done. I don't really have anything else to say. I kind of went full speed and did a little bit of everything. I'm not going to edit the video. Forgive my mess down here, but I don't know. Like I said, I was down here yesterday playing this keyboard. I was tunicating shit. I was trying to... I got one good chop out of it. And then I used what I did, I ended up using one chop of my sample. This is what I did. I played an 8-bar beat with 4 instruments. Piano strings, bass, cell phone, and whatever the hell from OPX, some kind of reverby effect. And then I hit the sampler, I resampled that for 16 seconds. After that, for 16 seconds, and after I sample it, I go to a new program and then I chop it up into 16 regions. This way I have a second on each pad. And it just works for me. It works for me that way. I'll pitch it up 3. I'll hit it at 95 beat per minute and it's dope. But I was stuck yesterday. I couldn't do it. And I really think that the record, when I sampled it, really helped me out. The music was good. I never heard it before, and it took me to a whole different place other than my own, you know what I mean? And it's all about me stepping out of my comfort zone and experimenting. There's nothing better. When I grew up, I actually had the luxury of being able to collaborate with other producers, other people that played music. I lived in New City for a few years, and we would just walk around and we were like, hey man, I play guitar, I play bass, we got a drummer. It's like, let's go. And we go to an apartment right on top of the Del Mar Lounge, and we would just rock out, man. And we were just having fun, and we sounded pretty decent, and it was fun. But my point is being able to work with other artists, whether it's on YouTube and somebody wants to collaborate with you, that's dope. Or somebody down the street, or you go walking down the street, you see a dude playing saxophone, and you're like, hey dude, let's collab, or I might introduce yourself to people that are doing the same thing you are. But if you can't do that, and you're like me, ain't nobody out here. I see a lot of vocalists out here, but I can't go out, and I can't really drive anymore. But the records, man, you go out, like go out and just grab your favorite artist and be able to jam with them, dude. It's really, really a cool way to learn that style of music. And whenever you chop that up, that's what I would do. I would just listen to music and then try to play over what they were playing on the radio with my guitar. I didn't really have but one teacher, and he showed me a scale on the guitar that he's like, you just find the note and just play the scale. If it changes, find it, play it. Just listen to the song over and over and play the scale over and over. So by me being able to do that with any record, just find the note and do that, I think that was really, really cool and well worth the $50 back then that I had those lessons. Right on, guys. I'm Polypopo. I really don't have anything else to say today. It's a lengthy video, but I hope everybody has a good one. And I don't mean to not look at the camera so much, but I'm still kind of blind in one eye. And I'm still extremely blind in one eye, but I feel good. And I feel blessed to be able to be in the situation that I'm in. A lot of people are like, oh man, no, we pray for you to get better. And I think I pray and be thankful that I still have one good eye. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. Maybe I wasn't using my vision the right way. Now, I got eye taken away from me as a warning. So that's what I believe, and I'm okay with that. I accept that. And I know that if I keep pushing and I can keep pushing forwards, and it's not even about a reward in the end, but I know eventually I'll be healed. So don't worry about that shit. Other than that, guys, so much stuff. And I think I'm done for the day. I feel pretty good. I'm glad I did this. I'll see you guys in the next one.